Greetings, fellow toolmakers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands. Episode 10, Don't Always Add Sticks. Well, already found the entrance. That's makes my life easy. I'm going to block it. Before I do anything else, let's... Well, I missed something. At least this trip is not for naught. I'm going to put some torches down so that things can't spawn around me. If things are illuminated, they won't spawn. So as long as I illuminate it kind of ahead of time, we're good. I do hear drifters. So I marked this down, as you can see, Copper Potential Cave. Because last time I was here, it was daytime, but I heard some growl grumble. And in hearing growl grumbles, it kind of indicated that there was more around. So now I'm using a pro pick to do a node search. And trace copper found. Well, I think there's copper here. And I can use my pro pick to make sure that I've, like, cleared the area of copper. Still trace amounts, so there's still copper around. Well, there's some. I can also prospect this area to see if it's likely has deep copper too. So let's do a prospecting too. So my first strike. So this was actually two nodes. There was a medium quality node here and a poor quality node here. So I'm going to start my pro pick right in the middle and then take samples from around it. Nope. It's very terrible spot for deep copper. There's a little bit of bismuth here, and a tiny chance of tin. So what these are, is these are per milli chances for spawning. So essentially, out of 1,000 of the, let me open the chat log again. Out of 1,000 chunks, 1,000 blocks, there's 1 out of 1,000 chance that it will have bismuthine, or bismuthinite, or whatever, which gives you bismuth ore bits. So what you're looking for is more of like a 5 milli, like a 5%, or not. It's actually not 5%, but it's 5 out of 1,000 or something like that of to really make it worth searching, unless it's a particularly rare ore. So rare would be like silver, gold, stuff like that. You're not going to find in high concentrations generally. But with that said, yeah, this area is orange, meaning it's really low. So it scales from like red, which is like piss poor, to green, which is ultra high. So really, when it comes down to, I'll turn off all the other points. We have a yellow spot up here because it's decent hematite. We have a sort of an orangey because it's poor. And this is like the worst spot I've ever prospected so far. All right, I'm going to do a chunk search now with the pro pick, seeing if there's higher quality copper over this way. Small amounts. Oh, well, that's good. Small amounts is actually, there's like a considerable amount of copper yet to be excavated. Opfer, thank you for the gifted subs. So now I just have to poke around for it. But small means that there's a considerable amount of copper still up on, to be exposed. I just don't know where. A lot of trial and error in this. And I am worried about the durability of my pick, because I don't have a spare pick. So if I don't end up getting a decent amount of copper out of this hole, I won't be able to make a chisel. I'll just have to make a spare pick instead. Alright, I tried down. That seemed bad. I'll try up. Yeah, I can node search again. I'll node search over here. So the node search is a range of 6. So it's sort of like playing Battleship, but more of a hot and cold. So I'm still reading small... Oh, God, there's some nasties. I'm still reading small amounts over here. Let's go this way. So it's like Marco Polo. Like hot and cold. Trace amounts. So if there's trace amounts here and small amounts over here, it means the copper's more in this direction. I just forget exactly how the... Oh, there's some. Yeah, here we go. This will... yep, this is probably enough copper in this hole alone that I'll be able to make a pick and a chisel. Because there's a lot of copper right here. It is 3 in the morning. Okay, cool. We're on track. Oh yeah, it was a good amount of copper. And this was reading as a small amount, mind you. And there's a whole bunch of chunks of it. Yeah, 14. Not bad. And then I could do another chunk search to see if I missed any. If it still reads small amount, it's worth poking around. If it's trace, I've gotten most of it. Yep, so it's reading as trace. Trace meaning that there's still, like, a little bit left somewhere. Given that I'm surrounded by monsters outside, and it's nighttime, it doesn't hurt to just stay here a little bit later and use up my pick, essentially, and find whatever's left. Because there's not really anything better I could be doing with my time. Because the moment I step outside, I'm going to get ganked by everything that's waiting. Alright, let's see if it reads trace still over here. No node, so there's no copper over here at all. Trace amounts in this area. Let's see if we can do better than trace anywhere. So this section had the poor quality. I'd rather have medium quality than poor, but still trace. Alright, so there's still trace maybe in here? Huzzah! And this is the poor node. Was that the only that was left? Because if there's literally any, we'll read as trace. I think I got it all. That was no node nearby. Oh, no, there's still trace. So the nodes will, like, connect on the diagonals, generally. So if you go up, down, left, right... Yep, there's some. You can find some. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't try to exhaust, unless it was a really valuable metal. I wouldn't try to exhaust a node. Like, copper generally is kind of dime a dozen, so it's not worth using the crap out of your pick for every last ounce of copper. It's just, I've got nothing better to do because I'm surrounded. Yeah, still reading as trace. My guess game is strong right now. Okay, I definitely got it all. Reading is no node, kind of everywhere. All right. I might try to make a break for it so that I can start smelting this stuff down. So I'm going to collect my torches and attempt to head home. I did hear one shiver out there. Shiver is going to be the hardest thing to outrun, but the drifters not so much. Where is out anyway? Oh, this way. Great, I'm running towards the portal. Ah, portal. Bye, portal. I'll have to come back for the seeds. This area is a little guarded. It's actually nearly daylight, but I don't have a lot of open inventory space for seeds anyway. So we'll get this, we'll get a spare pick and a chisel going. But I don't want to use any of the additional copper other than a spare pick and a chisel, because maybe if I'm lucky, the next batch... Why'd my house... Oh, right. Waypoints are off. Maybe my next batch will be bronze and not copper. Probably not. Likely not. But my advice is to always have at least 20, if not 40, spare units of copper in your base at any given time. Because if you ever break your hammer, your last hammer and your last pick, and you don't have the copper to replace them, you are back in the Stone Age. So having a spare 40 allows you to make a spare pick and hammer at any given time, which can be life-saving. If you're wondering, I am just resetting my torches because they will burn out in 2 days. Because I don't have torch holders. At some point, I'll have either lanterns or holders for them, but not yet. That was a good run. I got, honestly, way more than I thought I would. In terms of material. So, we are making 200 units of copper, and it's going into the pick mold and 1 ingot mold for a chisel. And then we'll hammer that out on the forge. I have enough charcoal. Yep, good. I am running out of... I might make some cobblestone. Oops, wrong button. Just to save space, because I can always build in cobblestone. Oh my god, what is going on? No, stop. I'm holding shift. Okay, whatever. Game, why aren't your hotkeys working? So in doing all that mining, I ended up with a whole bunch of granite stones. Oh, now it's working? You're kidding me. I've been having some keyboard issues, so I'm just going to chalk it up to that. So let's smash the nuggets. Oh yeah, plenty of copper. Plenty of copper. So now we have 102 copper. That's great. That's enough for 4 tools, potentially. We're only going to use 40 of that. $200 units of copper is what we're aiming for. I'm going to preheat this with peat, so we can save on charcoal. I know where some lignite and anthracite is, so instead of making a next batch of charcoal, we might just go quarry up some lignite and anthracite instead. Why do I have random? Oh, I just happened to get another quarry block while mining all that stuff out, just by chance, pure chance. That's funny. While I wait for it to preheat. Watering is not like a chore that I'm intentionally going to do. It's more of like a I've not got better stuff to do at the moment type of task. So peat gets it up to 900. Once this hits 900, we'll put the charcoal in. Hey music, can you be less deafening? Okay, thanks. So, current is make a chisel and spare pick and then quarry. Have these sticks for that. So here's the quarry blueprint. It's 4 full rocks, 2 sticks, a chisel, and a hammer. So I got the sticks, I got the hammer, I got the 4 full rocks, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'm just waiting on the chisel, which we will ingot mold for. I think, you know what? I think I'm gonna make one more tool while I'm at it. I realize it resets the heat a bit. But in order to make the chisel, I need to heat up the forge, which takes fuel, so I figure might as well just do it now. I should have preheated the whole stack with peat, but whatever. Whee! One of the funny things about the ice is you glide. You can't run on this stuff easily. God, my starting base is so janky. It's funny. Got a certain charm. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll fix it up. We'll see. But likely, I'm just going to wait for a permanent base, as that little cabin will not be where I live forever. Not as janky as my magic school and Mind Over Magic? True. For that series, I'm like actually trying to make it janky, because it's supposed to be the Citadel of Chaos, so I'm intentionally making it wonky and weird. rather than like clean and min-maxed. Alright, that is almost dead, so tongue time. I know I've mentioned this before, but try not to have stuff held in your offhand for very long, because it will increase your hunger rate. As you can see, it goes up 20%, so it makes you more hungry. Ooh, I should have grabbed the charcoal out. Yeah, where am I putting my tongs? I'll put the tongs here. Just go away. Yeah, we burned 1 extra charcoal as a result. Oh, well. Alright, so we got pick and 2 ingots for 2 tools. I could leave one of the ingots an ingot, but I think what I'm going to do is make shears, because getting twigs is a pain, and shears will help with that. Although, let's think. What else could I make? So, a knife, a wrench, shovel, spear. Oh, I could make a fox. Yeah, maybe I'll make a fox. Which is essentially like a sword. Yeah, I'll do sword instead of shears. My own safety and protection is probably worth something, right? Well, that's still liquid. You know what? I'm gonna grab seeds while I wait for that to cool. I got space. I don't need a ton of space for seeds, so I need 20 seeds to fill the farm. Of course it frickin' rains on me. Moment I leave the base. Oh, blue clay. I did not know there was blue clay here. So I have both types of clay, like right next to the base. Red and blue, within spitting distance of one another. Alright, the seeds that I identified are actually, whoa, hello, west of me. This way. Oh, neat cave. I guess I'll mark that down. I can tell from the sky map that these are entry locations. As you can see, anywhere where it's like, oh, I gotta get moving. Anywhere where it's like white on the map is exposed conglomerate or granite caves. So it's pretty easy to spot from the map. Because at some point, once I'm done with the Quarn and done with the borax wash, to start the leatherworking, we will vote on a new goal and maybe prospecting for cassiterite and copper will be voted on. Booyah! Or alternatively, make a berry bush farm, or, you know, the other options. Find permanent base location, etc. Wow, there's a lot. Let's mark this down. Berries. That's a lot of just free calories that I just mustered. Onions. I did say I didn't want onions because they are not cold hardy. So let's head towards flax. That looks like onions, actually. No, carrots. Perfect. Hey, bun. Bunch of bunnies. I don't have a ton of extra space. What are we up to? 7? 7 of 20? No! Oh, I caught it. I would not have gone to fetch it, I don't think. So that was the flax I marked here. Let's delete that. I got something else marked. It looks like flax. Just 2? These are really small clusters. And more carrots. Okay, we have 12 seeds of 20. We're getting there. I'm literally standing on copper. Ha ha! Yeah, B! What's up? I'll leave that there so that I know exactly where to dig down, but that's nice. So now I have another copper node close to base. It's crazy. I've been here, like, to mark down the turnips before, and I walked right past that copper without noticing. It's hard to spot, you know? There were some YouTube comments being like, oh, you're cursed, and I was always of the mind of, like, I'm just not looking good enough. Nope, that's onions. Don't care about that. But with that said, I do think immediately around my base, like this whole region around where I live is probably bad for copper, as is this gravel field. So once I go prospecting, I don't think either of the... I'll do the prospecting to confirm that, but I don't think the area I live in is particularly good for copper, because I would have found a lot more bits just by chance if it was a good copper spot. So how many seeds do we have? 6, 50. Ah, we have exactly 20. I'll get some extra seeds because I'm here. Eat a raw turnip. But, yep, we have all the seeds we need. Having a few extra seeds wouldn't help. Hell, I could even start, hypothetically, a third farm if I really wanted to. But, I'll turn back just a second to get the rest of the leather making going. That, and, once I seal the barrel, it's sealed. So, I might want to hunt some more before sealing it. That I can leave up to you. Through polling. I swore I saw something green out here a second ago. It's weird that there's a hole in the mountain. I was like, hey, is that saltpeter? No, it's not saltpeter. It's just a hole in the mountain. A third farm of stunted onions only. Okay, let's turn back. Oh, this is deleted. That copper vein. We had quarried that up. Is it possible to make a treehouse for fruit trees? Yes. With that said, I don't want to get fully into the details because it's pretty complicated and I won't be doing it. But in order to grow fruit trees, they need to go through a process called vernalization or vernalization. Yeah, maybe I said that wrong, but whatever. They need to vernalize. And what that means is it needs to be slightly colder than its growing temperature for, I believe, 3 days, if memory serves. And then it needs to warm up. And for that reason, that it needs to be a warming trend, you really only can plant fruit trees in the spring. And since in my game it's November and only getting colder, there is virtually zero chance that I'll be doing fruit trees, because it's just not going to work as things are getting colder. Additionally, fruit trees are massive. They grow really tall. So the size of the greenhouse required for a fruit tree would be very, very big. So a fruit tree greenhouse is expensive to build and won't actually yield a lot of fruit. So it's a luxury project. It is not an efficient use of time, in my opinion. I don't think I have any parsnips, so let's plant the parsnips first. And then plant the carrots. Oh, maybe flax. Okay, we are all planted up. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything. I am now strapped with the realization I don't have enough storage for stuff. Which is fine. I can fix that. Grass baskets? I don't have enough reeds for it. Some of this will stack. Like the cranberries, for instance. And the flax. But some of it won't. Alright, let's go ahead and make the chisel. And fox. We could, with extra copper, make a chest. It requires metal, though. So, until I have a really comfortable amount of metal, that may not be a good idea. I can't believe I'm not hungry. My, hunger meter just hasn't moved an inch in a while. It's nice! Not having to constantly feed myself, but it's a bit of a head scratcher. So, once I'm done, should I hunt more animals for more hides, or just start the leather process? What do you guys think? There's a quick poll for you. So I have 3 medium raw hides. And I'll review the process here, just for a memory jog for those that don't have it memorized. If you want to leather make, you have to take raw hides, seal them in a barrel of lime water or diluted borax for 24 hours. So the quarn that I'm making will help me with the borax. Then you remove these soaked hides. And so once you enclose the barrel, that's it. You can't add more afterwards. It starts the process. Much the way that we sealed these barrels. And these barrels will be open in 2 hours. Then, the next part of the process is soak them in weak tannin for 4 days. And then strong tannin for 4.5 days. And then you'll get leather. So the more hides you start the process with, the more leather you'll get at the end. And the reason we're making leather, if you're wondering, Leather is used for that. It's used for armors. It's used for backpacks. It's used for bows. It's used for just a ton of stuff. But probably the big ones would be the backpack, so that my own carry capacity goes up, and the bow, so that if I want to use a bow instead of throwing spears. And then the other thing that it might be good for is warmer clothing. So even if I'm not necessarily caring about the armor, I might want things that keep me better insulated in the winter. Or a shield, etc. No, I don't have any of that stuff. I've never made leather. This is my first batch. So anything that requires leather, I do not have yet. Where be the hammer? Where to put the hammer? Seriously, where's my... Oh, it's on me? I didn't need to be holding that. Alright, so the first thing I want is the... Let's do the falx, which is essentially a sword. And then we'll do the chisel. And it looks like you guys want me to hunt some more. The thing is, it's getting dark, so that might be a task for tomorrow. It is almost 6 p.m. in game. So some items are a lot less, or a lot more difficult to do without failure, like the falx, which uses a way more of its metal chunks than, let's say, a chisel, which uses very little of its actual metal. So you got to be careful making things like falxes or shears, because there's a lot less room for error. With that said, you can correct most things, like, so if I knock it off the edge here, I can move it back onto the edge. But it's more the case that once you start doing the split, there's not a lot of excess material to allow you to split. So like this falx, for instance, there's only 2 voxels that I need to split off. So there's if you split incorrectly, you can find yourself very quickly in a situation where there's not enough material and your craft fails. All right, so that's that. This is the chisel. And as you can see here, the chisel is basically just a copper stick. So it uses almost none of the material. There are mods that allow you to, like, recover split metal. I'm running vanilla. I don't have any mods enabled, so all of this metal that I'm splitting ends up waste, which in vanilla is unavoidable. Okay, there it... Oh, I didn't mean to make a soldering iron. Nope. Well then, I guess we smelt more? It was force of habit sticking a stick on the back. Question. Should I fix this with creative mode? Or be forced to make another one? Have you guys pick? Worst case scenario, I just melt down 20 more of my copper to make a chisel. But if I fix it in creative mode, I'll just throw the soldering iron out and give myself a copper chisel. If anything, I'm losing a stick out of the process, but, you know, whatever. You pick. Alright, looks like creative fix here is going to be the victor. So soldering iron, bye-bye. And this, at the very least, is a way to demonstrate how to do creative mode fixes. So I guess it's educational. So the way to do it would be you type game mode 2 to put it in creative. Go find yourself a copper chisel, and then game mode 1. There. So now I have a chisel instead of a soldering iron. So a soldering iron is literally a chisel on a stick. Unfortunately, once you add that, you can't remove the stick, so you're sort of stuck with it. All right, so let's go ahead and make the quern. So, as a reminder, here it is. We have chisel on this side, hammer on this side, rock, 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 and stick, stick. That's a quern. These eventually can be mechanized to grind with a windmill, but the first quern that we make will obviously not be mechanized. It will be good old manual grinding. There it is. And the reason we did that is so that we can make a borax wash. Here's my borax that needs to be powdered. Oh, and my tannins are done. So my weak tannin is ready. I need to start strong tannin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seal. So some things can be crushed with a hammer into powders, but some things require grinding. So in the case of borax, powdered borax, this only gets ground. Also, querns are required for fire clay. So the way to make fire clay is you take, and I am not going to be making a batch of fire clay right now, but I just wanted to demo it. The way to make fire clay is you take your flint, you heat it up to 1050 Celsius. It turns it into a flint chunk that then you grind and you put into clay to make fire clay. The reason I'm not making is it takes a lot of fuel, like I said before, and I don't want to burn my fuel making a bunch of fire clay. Fire clay is only really going to be nice for me once I want to make bread or bloomeries. So once I'm ready to start processing iron, I would need fire clay, or if I want to make a bunch of bread, but porridges and is fine. Porridges work just fine. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 14th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming stream. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.